I like that.
What's up?
I like that. What's up, famous? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. Tired, but I'm doing good.
Yeah,
Living
yeah, we're
good.
both tired.
Eating
Leg
good.
day today. I had leg day today. Ooh,
Yeah.
man.
Working hard, man. It's time to work. Work.
Yeah, it is. It's time to
Summer's
work.
coming soon.
Yep. I've been keeping myself busy, 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 man. I'm not gonna be one of those guys that, stops working and then stops everything. I'm out there every day trying to do stuff I want to do. So it's been cool. It's been real cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I probably got like one more week before the wife puts a stop to it and says, nope, there's some honeydews here that got to be done. So I'll end up on the honeydew list.
Okay, man. At least your phone doesn't ring in the morning, I guess.
No, that's the thing. For the first few days, I was like, man, checking out my phone, checking out my emails at work, trying to see, oh man, I don't have to worry about that shit no more. I did have one meeting this week. They needed me to come in and do some consulting for them at a meeting. But it was like half-hour deal, all done. Everything was cool. And I was like, oh, that was cool. I was just in my regular street clothes, just didn't have to worry about, trying to represent the corporate America world, But yeah, man, it's been cool. I've been excited for this chapter of my life for a long time, and now it's here. And at first it was a little weird, but now I'm like settling in. So I'm stoked. Now crypto's starting to heat up. Things are heating up, man. We had a little HEX gathering this week online, and a bunch of hexagons got up and spoke, and that was cool. Did you catch any of that?
I didn't really. On the weekend, I was pretty busy. Did my own stuff. I was in places that I was really appreciated, and I was asked to be there. So I went into spaces, chilled.
Cool.
Then besides that, man, I've been just looking at the chart. You look at Bitcoin, you look at Ethereum, it bounced back. Everyone's calling this fake pump, I guess so, or I'm calling
this
it.
might be the last pump before the
I
dump.
tweeted it. I tweeted fake pump, but it's gonna happen. We can get into more detail on why we think it's gonna be a fake pump. But there's
my boy
also
Dollar Cost. He called this to me a while back ago. He called me up and said, "Yeah, man, we're gonna see a fake pump right around after Christmas time, and then we're gonna see that final Richard Hart 11K and pray." That's what he said. So, my boy's usually been really good on his macro predictions of crypto. So I don't know. I'm going to be watching this space, see what happens. But either way, it's going to be a good thing for crypto because for those of us who are prepared, that know that there's really quite possibly a big dumping because we all are students of Richard Hart when it comes to the crypto space. So we've all kind of known this for a long time that there could be another big dip. So for those of us who are prepared, we're ready to go when it does dip, and either get into get your cash that you got under your mattress in and ready to go for this next bull run. Because after we do catch a big dip, I think it's going to be time for the launch. And I'm not saying the Pulse launch. I'm saying the crypto launch.
Yeah. I think a lot of people had that. Oh, it's gonna launch. It's gonna launch. I think there was a lot of kumbaya bullshit. Let's talk about it. I actually have something to say, so I'm gonna speak my piece. I think it's a lot of kumbaya bullshit, and you saw it in the price too. Like these motherfuckers were like, "Oh, let's bet on Richard saying something," and then it dumped. So like everyone like, "Oh, posting stuff and not understanding how this shit works," and it's all kumbaya bullshit. And for me, what I really want to make people understand is that right now there's nothing bringing us up. There's nothing in general bringing us up. We're in turmoils in the general span of money. When you talk about this, we're in turmoil. Like life is in turmoil. So I always said this is like everyone looks at it as USD. Bitcoin is USD. It's whatever it is, USD, right? USDT, USDC. It's not European. It's not Japanese yen. It's not currency. So I think currencies are having problems buying the US dollar, and we could talk about that. I think it's going to be harder for people to get into the US dollar. We don't know what's going to happen with apparently, as you guys call it, the Fed or whatever.
Mhm.
I think that there's a lot of points that Richard raised, 2 good points that we could maybe talk about. But I think it was fun to hear Richard. Obviously,
Very.
same bullshit.
It's always good to hear him, and he always
He-
spits some nuggets of wisdom. Even, everybody was hanging on every word to see if he was going to say something, see if he was going to hint to a launch or hint to something, hint to, V3, which, is really V1, but it is V3, but it's kind of like the V1 of the new system that's being put in play. But I don't think that there's going to be, 3 iterations of the test net that's going to come out with this, but who knows? Yeah, it's good to hear him, but I knew it was going to be a nothing burger. I listened to probably the first 30, 45 minutes of his talk, recorded. I didn't get a chance to catch it live, but it was just a lot of the same. It's always good to hear Richard, but I wasn't going to sit there for 3 hours and just hear him, spit the stuff that I've already heard him spit, 1,000 times. And seeing what happened in the market, seeing what happened in the HEX market, I'm 100% with you on that, man. It's like people pumped it, thinking that he was going to say something. We saw a little pump the week before, and then boom, as soon as he didn't.
And you look at the HEX ETH,
bitches,
you look at the HEX ETH. ETH is up.
Yep.
HEX versus ETH is down. It's back at its low.
Yep.
We're steady growing. Like, it's a ratio, man. So if ETH, a lot of people don't understand the FUD that's coming around right now. So there's that. So I want to play the clip, and I want people to look at the reaction. Crypto Coffee, in my opinion, got Richard. First of all, I think the MVP of day 4, which I saw while I was listening, I was like, woke up in the morning, I was listening to it. I didn't see it. I listened to it. My MVP is actually Sticker Guy, who like started it out. It was you were wrong, and then it was the respect that like you heard it in his voice. It was like he had nothing to say. It was like as if you respected him. But anyways, it was cool.
Good job on Sticker Boy. And Coffee, of course. Coffee always spits fire. My boy.
It's this when I go rewatch it, because I wanted to see his. Oh man, look.
Let's do it.
He's like, he knows. He's like, oh, fucking piece of shit.
I've got one question regarding. It was kind of related to what Crispy Man was saying about EIP.
It's as if it's
4844, and it's like the whole.
Look at his face. Look at Crypto Coffees.
So I heard some developers kind of speculating about, well, the ETH devs would probably need to finish that EIP for whatever to allow ETH withdrawals before, Pulse Chain can allow ETH withdrawals. But I guess this can just be like a yes, no, or I don't know. But like, is that something that we're waiting on the Ethereum side for ETH withdrawals to be a thing before Pulse Chain withdrawals can be a thing?
I would find that.
It'd be weird that it never came up.
I would assume, yep. True. When V3 launches, I'll let you know whether people can unstake or not.
I'm gonna fan fiction narrative that that's right.
Welcome to I wish I was a dev. I'm not sure. I have to check with devs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. The museum.
Yeah.
And then he goes right to the museum. Let's throw him a softball now. Fucking Coffee, man, threw the heat on that one. Whoosh! Strike one.
It was a plan. Was a plan, because the answer is like it's in
it
code. No. Like, we need to replay that. I want everyone, when you have the time, replay that. Richard speaks to us in code. He speaks to us in code. I'm telling you, he
Everybody thinks that, bro. Now we've been playing this Richard speaks in code for the last.
Bro, he called the
5
war.
years.
He called the war. He had the bear up, fucking the goose. Okay, remember this. He had the bear on the top right? So like right here, where usually Russia is, and Ukraine, right here. He had the bear fucking the duck. The duck is the symbol of the thing of Ukraine. The bear is a fucking Russian, right? Bears. The bear had a red Dolce & Gabbana gold thing like the Russians have on their arm and then the military, and it's fucking the duck. And then you have the clocks on each side, like as if it's a bank. and it's the times. And then he went, and one day he went, oh, with the plane, he went. 4 days later, the biggest plane in the world crashed. I don't know. He speaks to us in code. That's how I see it. Man, if he's that smart, that's some conspiracy for you guys. But anyways, but the 484. Okay, if you go on
EIP 484.
Yeah. It says, okay, I'll read it. It says yesterday. So this is today, right? So yesterday, the last Ethereum all core devs meeting of the year took place. The main topic was the next fork called Shanghai. Until now, it is unclear which Ethereum improvement proposal, the EIPs, which would include the upgrade. Most notably, basically, they're trying to say, and it's scheduled for fall of 2023. So the 4844 is scheduled for 2023, and the Ethereum to enable staking withdrawals for the first time. So they're trying to push this, and I think they're pushing the proposal to March. We could so
there's a lot of interesting stuff happening in March. A lot of interesting stuff.
A lot of things are merging. So if we look at the ETH BTC, it's merging for March. If we look at like the Ethereum chart too, it's emerging for March.
They pushed the Gox coin release out until March. The courts, instead of releasing those Gox coins in January, they're going to release them in March. A lot of things happening in March.
Could the turmoil of normal finance make this go up? I don't know.
I would imagine so.
El Salvador passes landmark crypto bill paving the way for Bitcoin-backed bonds. 2 hours ago.
Well, they're gonna.
There's your answer.
It's funny. It's funny though. Like in 2016 and 2017, when any small piece of news came out, freaking charts moved on good news, bad news, boom, boom. It was like every day you could trade the news. It was so predictable. Now we got stuff happening and nothing even shakes. Like you're seeing FUD and exciting stuff coming out every single day. Some news is coming out, and it's just like nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. It's like it's not affecting the market anymore like it used to. Now I don't know if that's because of market maturity and because there's a bigger solid market cap in crypto. And when I say market cap, I don't mean the numbers that they're showing on these trading sites or coin aggregator sites. I'm saying that we know that there is more capital in crypto now than there ever has been. When it was all inflated in 17, we were looking at 850 billion. And now we're right at that 850 billion again with a big dip. So that's like,
I think there's more liquidity, much more liquidity than there was.
There's much more liquidity. Liquidity. So the market cap of the liquidity, whatever you would call that, for lack of better terms, I just say market cap because I use it in that sense. I don't use it in the sense that, of inflated coins and all that. And I really don't like talking about market cap when we've got a bull run going because that's all just faked. That's like you cannot really gauge the market by, it's going up, price is going up, everything's moving.
But for semantics, if you want to say the same market cap with more liquidity, it has to be bullish. It means, okay,
it is.
It has to be better. An idiot wouldn't understand, but it's okay.
Yeah. It's definitely got more liquidity in it, and it's definitely poised for a much bigger pump now, a much bigger pump. This next bull market I think is going to be epic. I think it's going to be an epic bull market. I think that a lot of the world's ready to get into crypto. I think that DeFi is going to help people to get into it and trust it versus if they can clean the fucking streets of this whole FTX thing and get the exchanges exposed for who and what they are. And this helps to teach. This tragedy might be what helps to teach people that DeFi is the way to go, that owning your own keys and being responsible for your own self and your own crypto is the way to go, And I think this FTX thing, even the SEC stuff, because the SEC stuff is looking really bullish for crypto because they're losing.
They fucked up, man.
They did. And we'll see how that all plays out. I think that it's going to take. I think that crypto is going to be safe for another couple of years. I think that the powers that be in the United States are about to go through a big shit show. And now that's going to affect macroeconomics. There's two big things looming on the horizon that could happen. And that's and one thing is that the current administration could and I don't mean the current administration as far as the presidency or whatever, but the Congress who pays the bills may not raise the debt ceiling, which that's kind of a false nomenclature, how to say it. Raising the debt ceiling doesn't mean that we're going to get more debt. What raising the debt ceiling in the United States, and a lot of people don't understand, they think, oh, we can't raise the debt and pay more money. Blah, blah, blah. No, guys. That's not what it means. What raising the debt ceiling means that you're going to pay your fucking bill that you owe already. That's what it means. So get off of your fucking stupid ass freaking conspiracy theories, guys, because what that, and for all of you, oh, let's be a responsible country and pay our bills like I do as an American citizen. Well, pay your fucking bill, America. Raise your debt limit because you owe it, because you took a big giant ass tax cut for your fucking rich people. For people like me, you gave us a big old giant tax cut. And then you started cutting everything else and saying, oh, no, we can't spend no more money. No, but you already did. You took money out of your coffers from your tax cut. And now you've also fucking printed trillions of dollars. And you got a big old giant infrastructure bill out there that's worth the same amount that they fucking stopped taxing for. So they said, okay, well, we're not going to take overtime anymore. We're going to take that off the table. And we're going to add more debt. So now where are we sitting at? Well, we're not going to pay our bill. Well, that doesn't do you any good, because on the global stage, you screw yourself. And because the dollar is the king, if you screw yourself, if you screw the dollar, you're screwing everybody. Because guess what the United States does? And a lot of people don't understand this either. You think all those trillions of dollars that we printed is fucking us? No, it is not fucking America. Guess who it's fucking? All of you other countries out there. Because guess what the U.S. is best at? Exporting its debt. And we export our debt onto you guys. And that's what the world should be fucking pissed about, is what the U.S. is doing with this debt and what the dollar is going to do to all the other currencies out there. That's the problem. That's the problem. But people don't understand that. They want to go tit for tat and fight with each other and play with all these stupid little games that they're going to, throw out there and not pay attention to what's really going on. But I'm telling you, we're in for some macroeconomic shit that could be devastating to the world. I think personally that the U.S. is probably going to avoid a recession, but globally, the world is not going to.
No, it's going to be harder for everyone to get everything. It's going to go up 100%. I see it. It's going to happen. Bro, these fuckers lent to me in like 3 days. I don't even waited 30. Usually you wait 30 days to get something approved, and like it's 3 days. Boom, take it. I was like, okay, whoa, that was fast. I was like, there's something happening. Everything in the grocery store is going up. I'm just like, okay.
Insane, bro.
Now it's going
Insane.
crazy.
Like I literally I went after my wife the other day. I'm like, what are you doing? What's going on here with the bills? And she's like, you want to see the receipt for the groceries? She hands that shit to me. I'm like, holy fuck, man. I can't believe what is going on out there with like eggs and milk, like the basics and stuff. Like my wife doesn't, she's very frugal. Now she doesn't have to be frugal. We could still have bacon and eggs. And she's like, I'm not going to buy bacon at these prices. I'm not going to buy butter at these prices. I'm like, honey, get me my bacon, get me my butter. I want, no, we're not getting it. Because My wife's a
It's
professional shopper.
treachery. Yeah, it's
Like-
treachery. It's
Yeah, and
blasphemy.
all of our life
no.
together, we've been married for 22 years. She's always had to put a fucking dime where a dollar's supposed to go every month, and make it work. That's how we lived for a long time. And so it's just it's hard for her to say, okay, I'm gonna spend $8 on a pound of bacon or whatever it is, when not even a year or two ago you're paying $2.99 for that same bacon. It's insane, man.
But it
And
is what it is.
I went shopping like we have this thing called Trader Joe's out here. Nice just a little market, grab a few things. Like you get a few things, like a freaking bag of chips and some sauce or something, maybe some mushrooms and some apples and, just a couple of things.
$30,
So I go
$40.
there and I like the drinks they have, because they have like this hop drink I drink that, non-alcoholic shit. So I go in there and I grab a couple of things, something for my daughter, boom, boom, boom. Mama called and said, hey, pick this up, that up. One bag of groceries, one little fucking paper bag. And I had like $100 in this stupid thing. I'm like, wait a minute. Can I have like 2 more bags? So at least I think I'm getting out of here with something for $100, They just laughed at me, but it's insane, man. It's insane. And I don't think that's going to get any better. I think
I filled the whole grocery cart for 91 euros, man. But it's okay. It's crazy. but it's going up for them, not for me. For me, I'm laughing still. But it's going up. But you see it. You see it.
Yeah,
It's going up.
Yeah. So and I said there was 2 things macroeconomically that could happen, and one is defaulting on the debt, and the other one I forgot.
It has to be the interest rate.
No, it is the interest rate. So it's if in March they cool or they raise, that's gonna have an effect too. Now I don't think it's gonna have a long-term effect. I think it's gonna kind of be short-lived, because then they'll announce another time that they're gonna talk about it again. But yeah, those 2 economic events here in the U.S. are going to, kind of drive what 2023 is going to look like. And I think that crypto is going to escape any harsh regulation, because I think that the U.S. legislative branches are going to be at war with one another for stupid reasons, which is going to give crypto cover. I think that we're going to kind of slide out the back door and like, you guys go and fight about your shit. And we're going to slide out the back door here and just go have us a little bull run. And then you guys can come back during the bear. All right. So just let us be for a little bit. Let us go crank this shit out. So I think that's what's going to happen legislatively, because everywhere, all of my chat rooms and political rooms that I'm in, crypto chat room, I'm not seeing a lot of action. I'm not seeing a lot of, other than
Tell him about becoming a communist. Be like, hey man, have you ever thought about investing into something that makes you a communist?
No, I haven't.
That's hilarious, man. I
Yeah,
thought it was a joke. I was like, Molly got hacked for sure. I was like, what is this? Communist? And I was like, oh, trap.
You know what? Look, I don't talk about any of this other bullshit out there. And I don't know what it is. I don't care what it is. I think that on this channel, somebody talked about another crypto and we got pulled off of HEX streamers because somebody talked about another crypto.
No.
Yeah. We're not
Why?
listed on HEX streamers anymore. Discourse Syndicate isn't. Because I think somebody spoke about another crypto.
Isn't that a problem though? The unity that occurs. I feel like the unity is an issue right now.
Yeah, I was a little perturbed by it. I even reached out to the person that runs that thing and said, "Hey, man, what's the deal? Everything good?" No response.
I thought we sacrificed for freedom of speech.
Well, Richard blocks people or bans them or doesn't follow them because they speak about other cryptos, and so I guess they follow that.
But that's freedom of speech, though.
Yeah, I mean, I've always followed, but I don't just do it because I want to please Richard. I do it because I don't know what these other cryptos are going to do to people. The only other crypto that I've ever really talked about was Hedron, And I talked about Hedron because I liked what Alex did with his code. I think that was groundbreaking code. I think that it was showing the power of the T-share and what the T-share is going to do to DeFi. I think that model that he created around HEX is an example of what DeFi is going to look like. People are going to use HEX as a little power generator to create cryptos, to create other ecosystems and all this kind of stuff. So I was excited about the concept, just like I was excited about the concept of Bitcoin and what Bitcoin did to solve the double spend. I was excited about Ethereum because it showed that we could program this shit to do some really cool stuff. But that's all the props that they all get. The same with Hedron. You know, I don't know where Hedron is going to go. I just like the fact that he did what he did, and it proved a concept. So, you know, more power to the people doing that stuff. All these other cryptos that have gone to zero and wrecked hexagons and taken money out of our system and taken, you know, USDC off of the freaking liquidity providing and all this other shit, you know, fuck all those guys, because they haven't done us any good. They haven't done HEX any good. They haven't done HEX holders any good or stakers any good. So I don't chill or talk about those other things. But anyway.
Oh, I'm just laughing because that was funny, because I think we're becoming to a point and an extent. It's like I think we are kumbaya / communists, and it's like hypocrites. A lot of hypocrites. I see it. It's funny. I think
the community has become a little bit of what it was railing against in the beginning.
But it's the beginning, you know that. Wait until it launches.
Yeah,
wait until Pulse Chain launches. You show someone the shiny stuff, and they're like, you know, it's like a meme. It's like, oh, and you know, and you give them the opening of the door, and it's just shiny, you know, and that's what these things try to give you, is this shiny shit. A lot of simps, of course. Thank you.
Yeah,
there is, but it's simps to the shiny shit.
Yeah.
And I think people forget about what the main purpose about what we try to do. I think we're dividing ourselves. I think it's going to be good dividing ourselves for the good and bad. I told this to Chris Giving Alpha. I said, sometimes you need to want it. You need to want to do the right thing more than wanting to succeed. And I think that's what Richard, as much as we think he's addicted to succeeding, like sometimes I see him and he's like,
no, I don't think Richard's addicted to succeeding. I think that's one of the underlying drivers for Richard. I think that's a driver. He's a success-oriented person, and he likes to win, but he likes to win for the right reasons. And let's get into talking about Richard a little bit, because I think that's what's most important in this whole situation. Is like today, I read another article, and I was scrolling through crypto news, and I wasn't, on my Twitter and stuff. I was literally outside of the Twitter space and outside of the HEX community, and I was scrolling through crypto news, and I saw this clown wrote and I'm not even going to give his name. I tweeted it today, but he wrote an article about Richard, and it was to shill BSV and fucking Craig Wright. This guy was shilling Craig Wright and trying to put Richard down. And I was like, ain't this the shit? Look at this guy. We still have idiot freaking writers out there writing garbage like this to try and shill their shit. They're garbage, and this space just has no integrity. It has no couth. It's full of a bunch of hucksters, shucksters, and PT fucking Barnums. And it needs more people that have common sense. It needs more people that really want to help. I really want to help. I really want to do good things for the world. I really want to help Richard to do that, because that's the kind of guy I see in Richard. When I first laid eyes on the guy in the YouTubes, and I saw him with his top hat, and I thought he was kind of goofy and square, and I thought, but it was interesting. So I listened to him, and the guy was heartfelt. He had some really good stuff to say, and he was talking about not trading and getting off of video games. And I was like, man, this guy's got some good stuff to say to the crypto youth out there. And so that's why I started watching him, and then realized that on top of it, he was brilliant, brilliant, just a brilliant dude with a big heart. And so that's how I got to meet Richard. That's how I knew who Richard was. And then, the first time that I ever met him in London, that's, after, the price had gone freaking crazy, and, and life had changed and all that kind of stuff. And for me, it was a very emotional experience because, I was on the verge of looking at retirement without a real retirement egg for my family to survive on. It wasn't looking good. It was looking all right, but it was like, I'm going to have to keep working until I'm, 75 in order to get out of this mess and start saving more or start doing better. And I thought crypto was that, but crypto just shit the bed in 2018. So I was like, man, this thing is just whatever. But Richard said, boom, here, this is what we got now. We got HEX. And at that point, I saw the light, man. So when I met Richard, it was an emotional experience for me because he helped me to change my life when it came to my finances, when it came to understanding crypto. I didn't understand crypto like the way I do today. I didn't understand DeFi like I do today. I was reared in the days of trading and leverage and all that other shit and fake, freaking pump rooms and all that other bullshit, Ponzi schemes and everything. That's how I came up in crypto, but then Richard flipped my whole mindset and said, no, we can go back to the original white paper. We can go back to the original reason why crypto was created, and I'm going to do it. And he did it. And we were all shouting at the rooftops like, guys, dude was right, man. He did the right thing. He really cares about everybody. And he brought HEX to the world. And, and then boom, man, everybody just came down on us. Like, you guys are crazy. This guy isn't that. He's this. He's a scammer. Yeah. He's a this, he's a that, he's a this, he's a that. It's like, no, man, you guys don't get it. You're missing the whole point here. You're missing who this guy really is.
They do, though. And I was saying this. I'm like, I don't understand how there's so many DeFi projects that had such TVLs, and they were boasting about TVL when it's total value liquid because it's not locked. Mm-hmm. And it's like, when they look at us, it's like, well, what do you expect? It's bet. Anyways, I don't even want to get into it, but to me, it's just weird. It has to be other things. It's as if like we would have disrupted it too much if it would have gotten like, it's as if like hold up, youngster, wait up, wait a bit, and it's like,
mature a little more first.
No, not even. It's just like, listen, it's gonna happen. Just wait. Just wait. You're gonna want to wait, And I feel like everything happens for a reason. Now, Richard, it is what it is, bro. I think at the best, at the end of the day, what shout outs to Sticker Guy again. We're gonna post a clip. You need to look again at his expression, and I think Richard gained so much respect for Sticker Guy, or he didn't give a fuck, but his emotion when Sticker Guy said, you were wrong. The first thing he told him, I don't think you heard this, RG. The first thing Sticker Guy said was, you were wrong. First thing, it doesn't even, hi, how are you? But look at the respect Richard has after.
So first, you were wrong about not everybody getting onboarded through when you were talking with Hex Monkey, there was something with the advertisements. And
I saw the text,
Crypto Heartbeat was with TV.
So I get rich quick ad on TV.
Yes, and that was for Hex. And the second, I think it was Mr. Hex in chat earlier. He suggested for the museum to for the watches to just make duplicates, like cheap dupes, and place them.
Okay, now pause it. Now he takes the chance.
I think it's a great idea.
Now he takes it. Yeah, it's pause it. Now it's done. It's done. You see that? You see? Now he takes you. Now you look at it. Look at his face. You see that? Now he knows. Now he's thinking of something because he's like, I got you. Now you're weak. But at the beginning, if you go back, you see him fully accept it, take it, and be like, that's good job, man. Good one. And good one. Because he respects that shit. He respects, I think Richard respects balls. I think he respects when you have balls. And Sticker Guy was like, and then he like somehow tried to convince him, and Richard was like, oh, you didn't explain that properly. Let me fucking dick you and let me win. And it's Richard's a winner, and I understand that because he has this like godlike mentality. But just like you saw with the crypto coffee, I think there's calculation to his defeat. And I think Richard, regardless of what we think, I think all of us together create this effect, and the consequences of all our actions is causing what's happening. Everything in crypto in general, in HEX in general, in life in general, in people, how they're doing. So we got to look at the span of things. Like in general, everything is positive. In my experience in crypto, the last, let's say the last 2 bear markets, where people were running away from something. I don't see anyone running away from anything. The last 2 bear markets were because of legal problems or the exchanges. This time, I don't see any problems with the exchanges. I really don't. They're still allowing people to purchase at mass quantity. Maybe in the United States, it's a different story, but crypto is worldwide. And worldwide, it's never been easier to get it. Like we said, liquidity, it's never been easier. Companies are adopting it. People in the background, we know people in the community that know that it's advancing. So I think we need to look at it in a sense that, like, if we don't allow the consequences to occur, then maybe the positive won't occur. So I think everything happens for a reason, and everyone should just think positive, focus on themselves, focus on the big things. I think Richard always starts with write my self-help books, because it makes you realize that, like, if you don't take care of yourself, you won't have all the time in the world if HEX makes it. You won't have the 3 cycles. You won't have, you know what I mean? So I think it's important to think like in between the lines and see what, like, we're winners. So, like, why wouldn't you act like, all it? That's how I see it.
So breaking news, Richard just tweeted, just some pulse chain teaser. It's working on a private V3 testnet right now. That's what he is saying. And he put up a picture. Maybe we could pull that up, Bullish. HEX News. Richard
just talking about him.
So
what's up, Richard? How are you, man? I like the black t-shirt Richard back.
Yeah.
You have to act a bit more like you don't give a fuck, though. I think you're slacking.
So just some pulse chain teasers, working on private V3 testnet. All right, let's see if we get a pump.
Let's see.
Melf Tony will hook us off.
Nothing. Still, it actually dropped more.
It's dipping up.
Let's check the last 3
on
minutes.
the news, baby. On the news. Yeah,
it's dropping in the last 3 minutes. So it is what it is. It's happening, man. I think bull run is imminent, and people don't want to admit it. Like, crypto bull run is imminent. So, like, just think about ratios. Like, Ethereum's minimum 10xing, so your HEX is 10xing. If it stays at the same ratio, it's not going to stay at the same ratio, because we know if everything goes up and Hart's law. Shout out to Richard for apparently coining it first, the math. But okay, the thing is that when you look at it, I think the 10x is imminent just off of Ethereum, and then you got our short liquidity. So the liquidity is very short. So imagine if things become like, oh, let's buy. Yeah, $3.69 in my opinion when it launches. Imagine people brought it to 55 cents. We were talking with Johnny Chaos. We brought it to 55 cents off of speculation of something you could have. Imagine when it's coming out.
When
go
it's
get
real.
it. It's your last chance.
When it's a bird in hand.
How can it not pass the 55 cents?
Well, we know that's imminent. I mean, it's going to
Forget about adoption. Forget about adoption and the kumbaya bullshit. Like adoption's not going to get us the gains at the beginning. So adoption's going to come after the gains, like it usually does with everything. So like kumbaya bullshit, forget about it, guys. Get stack your shit because someone's going to get it before you. Yeah, the guy next to you says, "Oh, I can't really buy it." Is preparing his treasure to buy it. So shut up and do it. You know what I mean? If you really do believe in it. If you don't believe in it, then yeah, just pay your bills. You know, you're probably at high interest. But if you do believe in it, buy your shit. Get rid of
big drop, then immediate pop.
You know what I mean? Like it's fake pump. I called it. This is fake pump.
Yeah, this is another one. Richard Hart said, 55 cents is nothing on the way to $5.
It isn't.
It
and
isn't.
it's at a cent. Oh well, 500x incoming.
Yep.
If it happens, that would have to be a thin ass liquidity. But anyways, it would be cool. It would be cool to see that 500 in 15 years. But
And we know those dumps are that one wallet that's been dumping, and he's only got about what 20 million hex left in that thing.
he's gonna do well, man. I think the last time the community the last time the community bitched, someone sold all his bag at, I think it was 5 cents or 6 cents. It could have been more, but the community was bitching, saying, "Oh, that guy lost all that hex."
No, he didn't.
And
Killed it.
it's at how much? Oh yeah, I just think people need to leave the commentary for those who understand this game, because clearly, if you wouldn't say it to Richard, then shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
I
I don't like
see
seeing those
it.
comments on Twitter either. When one of these sharks or whales or big dolphins, dumps a bunch, and it's like, oh, I'm so glad I get to get that guy's dump it. It's like, no, he just sold on your head. He took your value out. He walked away because he got in early. He walked away with hundreds of X. That man or woman,
And now it dropped.
whoever it was.
It dropped 40% since he did that.
Yeah. That person made out. That person won. Didn't lose like a lot of you guys are saying. Oh, yeah. I'll take it. What a loser. No, not a loser. Winner. Won. Cashed out. 100x or more. What part of that don't you see? That person was a winner. Period. End of story.
And now they made 40%. If they bought back in, it only cost them 60% of that back, and they get the same thing.
Right. So
Nice.
Anyway,
It might go more by ratio. I think at the ratios that we're currently at, if HEX hits, let's go check. I'm just gonna do a quick math. At the ratio we're at, if ETH hits 1,000, at the ratio we're at, it's at 1.4 hex. Enjoy. Enjoy. So that's 1,000. So we need to go down 40 for 140. That's about 30%. So ETH drops 30%, 1.4 hex. So yeah, 0.05%. Sorry, not percent. 0.005 hex. There's gonna have to be a lot of dumbasses, or that guy continued dumping. But we could all check that. But I think right now, by ratio, we should be doing well. And we're also hitting a limit on like one of the ranges for like the way it's dropping. So like at the 1,000, I would say 1,050. Watch out, it might just dump back down. It's been doing that 1, 2, 3, 4. The last 5 times it did that on this linear dump, it hits this point and then it dumps all the way back down. So be careful, guys. Just be careful. Also, the HEX fucking ETH ratio price is at the same low that it hit in November, and it's the lowest on the graph. So like, we might bounce back up. So be careful. Don't get fucked.
Yep. Watch that RSI. Watch the volumes. If you're out there doing your trading. Stay away from it. Stay away from the trades. Stay away from the charts. So anyway, yeah, macroeconomics, Richard Hart bringing absolutely nothing to the table, really to the talk the other day, other than, just more of Richard Hart's brilliance, which is always good for, new folks to see or whatever. But no news. And at this point, no news is good news. He's not saying anything's holding it up. He's not saying that anything's a problem. He's just saying it's not ready yet. And he doesn't know.
He told us last time he wasn't going to say anything anymore. So I think he's a man of his word.
Yeah.
I don't even know why people complain. Like, bro, you're not supposed to know. Shut the fuck up. Have you ever been in an ICO before? Have you ever been in crypto before? You think we had something to say in 2015? Or 2014 in July when we did the ETH? Oh, yeah, bro. Where's my fucking ETH, dude? Where's my ETH, dude? In 2017, all the fucking ICOs. Yo, bro, excuse me. Why isn't the founder talking nicely? Like, shut the fuck up, bro. You have testnet. You got to see the two most important parts, the copy and the fucking buy and burn. Shut the fuck up and let him fucking fix the other stuff. If you don't like it, then fucking sell your bags, bro. Sell your seed phrase. The fuck you want me to tell you? These people get me so pissed off. It's like, well, who do you fuck you think you are? How much percentage you have in it?
Yeah.
Even if you have 10%, I have percent too. So why shut up? It's the way it works. This is crypto. You wait and you receive. Sit. Shut the fuck up. And regardless, why are you waiting for in a year or 2 years? Aren't you supposed to keep it for 10, 5? Isn't
15?
it the way out? Isn't it the almighty thing?
Average 7? Average 7? Why are you worried about that?
Everyone I've the people, you know what's funny? The people that have been in it since I've been in it recognize it. And we recognize each other. And we're like, yeah, bro, fuck these. Like, we know it. It's like Lambo, crypto. Oh, dumper. Nice. Thank you.
Dumper. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I understand certain age. My age, Lambo, crypto, dumper. That's it. Yep. All I gotta say, it's not diamond. That Jaspersology ain't no diamond hands. It's paper hands. Here, where is it? Paper hands. I'm gonna wrap this around my paper. Here, wrap it. Paper hands.
Yep. And that's what I find funny in the crypto space is that they call people that have been in this space diamond hand. The motherfucker ain't but 12 years old. Like,
oh yeah, okay. Now you're going on. Come on, don't throw shade on the younger guys.
In the real world, people held on to their assets for 25, 30, 40 years before they started even thinking about taking them out. The real investors that made the real money, not crypto rich bitches out here that buy Lambos and fur coats and $5,000 tennis shoes and bitches in the fucking Ukraine. I'm talking about real wealth that is saved over years and years. When people talk about Berkshire Hathaway and things like that, Warren Buffett really putting money to work, that's what people should be doing in this crypto space. But we've got a lot of young plebs that don't understand that concept, that want to go out and trade on charts all fucking day and leverage trade and try and get fucking bitch rich right off the bat. And they lose every time. And those Lambos are all going away too, because most of them can't afford to take care of them. Most of them can't afford to put fucking new tires on them bitches. It's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen. Stupid, stupid, stupid.
They keep selling to maintain their life. I can't believe someone on my age retired. It's like,
no,
why?
You can't.
Isn't it,
like
you take the 3 mil and it's like, but you're going to have 30 in 5 years, 10 years.
Yeah.
Like,
and I want everybody to understand, I've been talking about it's not really a retirement. I blew one of the ends of my candle out. I have 3 businesses and a movie production company going. And I had a regular full-time job that took a lot of my time. And I got 3 kids and a wife. I'm a busy fucking guy. I left my work reluctantly left my job. I took a whole year to tell them I was phasing myself out. Reluctantly left my job and even was very uncomfortable the day it came, because I know that going out on your own and surviving on your own businesses and all that kind of stuff, it's a tough deal. You know, when you've got you're a working guy like me that spent 30 years in a field, and you know, all I had to do was get up every morning, go do my thing, come back home, put my head on my pillow, and I was good. You know, 3 wives and a kid. Yeah, 3 wives and a kid. Is that what I said?
I don't think so. Did he say that?
I don't know, but maybe it's possible.
I probably wrote
Why
the
in the
script
world
wrong.
would anybody want 3 of them? Woof, woof. Those of you who have more than one, my hat's off to you. Good on you. But anyway, you know, we've got to change our mindset here in this game, and it's long term. And Richard has really laid that on the table with these 15-year stakes, because that's really the power of HEX, is using it like that and not worrying about this day-to-day stuff, and not worrying about, you know, the get rich, bitch rich quick shit. You know, we are fortunate that we're in a growth industry that is going to make a lot of people very, very wealthy. It's going to be the biggest exchange of wealth the world has ever seen. When the crypto market really shows its legs, really gets above that, you know, 10, 15, 20% of the world, you know, getting into it versus the like 3.5% that's in right now. It's really going to get legs and catch the winds and do its thing, you know, but we've got to change our mindset. We got to quit this short-term thinking. And yeah, it's nice. It's nice. And we are in a growth industry, but don't count on it, and don't quit your day job. Do what you can to make what you can to get in as deep as you can, so that when that next bull run comes, you can set yourself up nicely with that, and do it responsibly. Do it responsibly versus, you know, super dumping and whatnot. So
I don't understand how people think it's going to be the end in 5 years.
the end.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
I've
not
heard
the
lots
end.
of
Not like that.
arguments.
Not like that. I mean, like, oh yeah, 5 years, everything's gonna be good. It's like, you think it's over?
No, this is only one iteration of this type of crap.
It's like the dumbass that said, "Oh, you don't need a website. You don't need to buy Google.com. What are you gonna do with Google.com? What the fuck are you gonna do with that? Sell it."
Hey, bro, you know, I was around when all the .com boom happened, and it was like, holy crap, man! I wanted to get in so bad, man. I
How
was
much
like,
did people talk shit though?
oh, dude, like, because my father-in-law is a very, very, he's actually his best friend is related to the Buffetts, and so I got an earful of how to, you know, how to invest and all that kind of stuff for years. You know, I was given schooling on how to invest, and he was an executive for a company and did very, very well, retired very, very well, owned lots and lots of stocks and properties and all that kind of stuff. And that mentality going through all of those guys were like, man, this .com shit is just, the way you guys are going at it is just stupid. And you got to sit back and wait for that technology to marinate a little bit, you know, and they were right. They were right, because the pets.com and all that other bullshit that happened, you know, was pump and dump. It was pump and dump. Now there's solid technologies and things came out of it. But nobody knew at first that Google was going to be the thing it was, that, you know, Amazon was going to be the thing that it was. You know, nobody knew that back then.
But someone did.
You know, and some did. Some speculated very hard on it.
Some did, because it's there. You know, like the way I see it is what it is. If it's there, it means it existed. Matter is not created nor destroyed. So if something happened, it happened. I just think that it's ironic when people don't look at like true habits, which is like every human history. If you look at history, like humans repeat itself. So when you look at what are we going to do in the future? Well, I think in the future we're going to continue innovating like we've done since the beginning of the 1900s.
There's
Our
nothing new under the sun,
and
bro.
anyone alive just knows about evolution and just evolving and being things just updating. So it's like, why wouldn't
Human
that
nature.
continue?
Human nature is always trying to build a better mousetrap. People ask me, what do you want, RG? Just a little more, just a little bit more. I always want just a little bit more, and that's human nature. We always want just a little bit more.
We want
right?
what we can't have.
We want a little bit more.
Like want an extra 10 hours of sleep tonight.
That ain't happening.
I wish.
Ain't happening.
Tomorrow.
Let's see. What is Brasology said something. Bring him up. What did Brasology say? Richard tweeted 20 minutes ago. His screenshot shows 35 TPLS per validator.
Wow.
35.
That's $1,000. Yo, it's gonna be $1,000 a fucking pulse.
No way.
I'll do a stream naked if that's the case.
But I mean, don't they have to go with the ETH protocol in order to make it, function on the testnet maybe? Because that's what the ETH protocol is, right? 35 per validator.
See,
whatever.
I don't know if this is a problem, but they how are you supposed to test ETH? That's why they have it on private, I think, because it's like there's nothing really testnet-ish on ETH that's good. Testnets are not good on ETH. They have their own shit, and I wouldn't trust ETH neither, because ETH is it's business. And at the same time, too, they get to see everything. They're waiting. It makes sense. Plus the V3, plus this, plus that. I would just wait. It makes sense to wait. It's more strategic. It makes no sense to stress things and to wait. Some things take forever, especially if you're doing something that, unfortunately, certain circumstances come into play. Plus, you could time the market. Plus, you can. Not that you want. You can. So might as well hurry up. It could be hurrying up for all that we know. Everyone that's in software says this is normal. So I don't know what to tell the people. I don't know what to tell the normal plumber / guy who Ubers / the guy who buys McDonald's, or the guy who was in the big Connect fraud, or the other guys that shield their phone of expensive courses and to download MetaMask and the other Hexkins that yeah.
All right, man. We got 2 more minutes. What do you want to say before we shut down?
I want to give a shout out to the community who's staying positive, all the Hexkins that are showing love to everyone, because there's a lot of people, like I said, at the beginning of Christmas. It's the saddest time of the year where people feel the most depression. I haven't seen the depression. I know people have been coming up and explaining that they've been doing better and that they thank certain people for helping them, and I'm really happy for that, because it's the work we're doing and the work we try to accomplish. You and I, RG, and other people weren't included in this. I wouldn't name it because then it'll take another 10 minutes. But we're doing a difference, and it works, and I'm really happy that Hex Kids have been doing better. There needs to be more unity, but we can't have everything, I just want to tell Hexikins, remember, in the famous Kobe Bryant words, you could put all your eggs in one basket if you can make more eggs.
Exactly. I like what you said, because I want to give a shout out to the community too, because there's a lot of people that are in my DMs right now that are, praising the work that we're doing, that, when they see rough tweets coming out, they come back in and say, hey man, that's a crock of shit. So those of you who are supporting and appreciate what we've done and what we're doing, and don't FUD us and don't talk shit about us, and go out there and speak positively to us. To me personally, I appreciate all of you, because this is a thankless job. There's no money being made here. And obviously all the work that I'm doing over this whole bear market has not been pumping our bags. So it's not even, worth that. But it's just being here to support the community and be supported by the community so that we can continue to grow together, so that when we do have that bull market run, that we're all out there supporting one another, helping to onboard people, speaking positively about what it is that we were right about, and continuing to do so, because the crypto space will have to hear us eventually. They will hear us. I know that they're hearing us now. And this bear market is making a lot of them pay a lot more attention to hexagons. That's for sure. So
100%.
we're gonna end up winning. We already won the war. We won it. Now it's just a matter of them letting us take the lead, because they don't know how to. I'm watching daily. These guys are just horrible. They're just horrible. A lot of them have gone away. But there's still a lot of them out there, because a lot of them are in trouble for the crap that they shilled, but for those of them that are still out there, still shilling stupid shit, man, it's pathetic. And the space is going to know who the hexagons are, because I know a lot of them are starting to get a lot of followers and a lot of listeners. So my hat's off to you guys that are out there working, and thanks for all the positive stuff. So with that, Friday night hangout. Everybody come hang out with us on the Friday night hangout. That's open to you. That's your stream to come in and talk. And little mini hexagon convention every Friday night. We have it. And then Monday, I think that I'll be on chatting with the captain. I think we have a guest that's booked, and it might have to do with Kaylin Black Hexagon, who is putting on the big cruise. For those of you who don't know, you can go to hexcruise.com and get yourself signed up. They still have some tickets left. I'm going. I know a lot of other cool hexagons are going, that are going to be on that ship and having a good time in April. So get yourself on there. You're going to have a good time. We'll talk about that on Monday, I think.
Awesome.
All right, guys.
Good night, guys.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. We'll catch you next week.
Stay safe.
Stay safe.